with Future, and then one day, this one time, she was actually in Trey Songz's car, and the paparazzi actually got a snap of her in the car just before she actually leaned forward and kind of tried to hide, and so Future jumped online and he was like, "You were a bit too late, honey." But anyhow, keep on doing you. So from that little thing, because I mean, if she's doing her thing, why is it bothering you, Future? You know what I'm saying? So now there were pictures in Malibu, both her and Future took, but not together, separately, but it was the same place. So they are rumored to be together. They probably were there together. None of them are commenting on that. Of course, this is after, by now, I think I did report that while she was away in DC, it was reported that Puff Daddy was seen with a hot chick. And so she got mad and she deleted him. So I guess that's over. And then she just kind of had like a, what we call it, a rebound. It was like a rebound, given the fact that she was actually with Justin P. Diddy's son. She is rumored to have a relationship with him. So this is Future, perhaps Trey Songz, because she did kiss Trey Songz to break the new year 2019.
And P. Diddy.
Yes, they were kissing and kissing on the lips, that is. And so Justin was there. This would have been her ex. And so now she ended up with Puff Daddy, and that did not work out because, of course, he cheated on her. And so now she's having like a whole moment. So she decided, hey, Future, we're going to rebound on this, right? So she's probably going to be what? Baby mama number 7? I don't know. I feel like Steve Harvey, you need to get in there and get in there now.
No, you don't.
Because he's sitting and he's talking to us women. I look at his shows. I like his shows. And he usually talks to women about how you deal with relationship and how men think and all these different types of things. And I feel like put her to sit down and have a talk with her. He needs to have that talk because it's getting out of hand now. And then she's with...
The women go to him for advice.
Yeah. Why not his daughter?
That is the first that's the first path to healing. You must accept that you have a problem first of all before the healing can take place.
But Daddy can see that she has a problem.
No, she's a big girl.
I know, she's an adult.
After a certain age, Daddy can say, well, so, and that's it.
Yeah.
But then if you really want help and you want to deep into the thing, you have to accept and acknowledge.
Why is she going for the bad boys? I don't get it.
Because good girls like bad boys.
I don't know. What do they say? The nice guys come last? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good guys always come last.
Yes, that's what they say. Well, I don't know. Like I said, they are rumored to be together. They could have been in Malibu together over the weekend just before the accident. None of them has commented. Like I said, they did not even comment on their previous rumored relationship before. But I find it very strange that they would have been taking pictures the exact same place.
I like Tina Wayne. Tina Wayne says, hate rebound, but sometimes rebound is to be nice. He needs to put a slap in her. Remember, she's not his blood daughter. Know how some of us are to stepfathers.
Yes, I know she's not his blood. She's not.
I knew there had to be a catch somewhere.
I know. She's not his blood daughter, but I feel like, come on, girl, you need to get his book. You need to sit with your mom. You need to do something to get it fixed because she is going for the wrong set of guys. And I mean, every 2 mornings we wake up and we turn or we get on Facebook, we're seeing some rumors or some accusation that some woman is getting a baby for Future and he's not taking care of the child. He's denying the woman. He's denying the child. So, girl, you don't want to have a relationship with him. Not right now. You're going to be number 7. So I feel she's so beautiful. She can have anyone she wants. I feel like she needs to sit back and take a good look at her life and then make a really good decision. And that's our Pop Buzz News for today. It's Lori Harvey. I do hope that she gathers, she picks up herself because I know she probably might be hurt and sometimes you make the wrong decisions when you're in that type of situation. But if you want to read more on the story, you can hit up www.tmz.com.
Let's say good afternoon to the lovely Sophia Dolphin who's tuned in right now. Haven't seen or heard from you in a long time, Sophia. I trust that you are well. It is it is 16 hours 57.
Coming in.
I wish I could hug you, but
Hi, Ryder.
we have cold.
Okay, keep that to yourself because I just smoked.
Friday is my second favorite F word. The first one is food. I love Fridays.
For Sports Headquarters, 704 Sports Bar is open. 25 large high-definition screens for sports in glorious detail. The best drinks and food available on demand. Great atmosphere and guaranteed power. Catch all your favorite events. Football.
Messi through 4.
Basketball.
Hurry, point on top. So it starts to wind up.
What's that?
10, 18.
Formula
What's
One.
that?
Oh, so y'all can't see me when I'm commenting. Y'all can't see when I'm commenting.
We can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 704
I should comment. Yeah, but that's alright. I saw the talk of the ladies' lounge. I guess.
ENCR.
Yes, Tina Wayne, I can dance. I love dancing. I love music. Let's go to the club.
Although each has failed in turn, they
Tina got cash in Barumba.
Yes, I want to go, girl.
No, on the first live, Tina was telling us about Barumba.
I'm gonna come and tell
Did
you,
you
I
see on the
know all about
did you see on the,
Rumba.
did you see on the first live she was telling us about
What?
On the first live before this one cut off just now.
Yeah.
She was telling us about Barumba.
Yes,
Did you
she
know
said
that?
the Spanish music reminded of Rumba.
Traveling for work or leisure?
Then she had a disclaimer at the end of that, Tina.
We do not encourage trafficking of persons. That's a disclaimer. I don't support strip clubs in Indiana and Caribbean because it's all just trafficking of persons.
Is it?
I think so. Or they're misled, or they're told they're come to work, and then they end up saying, alright, well, it was a dance. And that's other things.
Yeah, but most of them actually say it's not good in their country, so they come here to make the money and go back home.
Yeah. And it's
'Cause
like,
I've spoken
and it's
with a
like
few.
part-time, temporary kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they come for like 6 months and go. But I mean, like, the problem again is like strippers don't just strip. So
What happened just now? What happened earlier?
It just ended. I think we lost connection. Oh, I didn't put this and then it cut off. That's not what happened.
you see how this one is like delayed? I find if you go into the live and then you just come out, it actually backtracks for like 2 seconds from where you last listened and then it fast forwards back to where you are.
Really?
So you would still miss that gap.
Yeah.
So if I come out for like 10 seconds and I go back in, it'll go from like where you're talking and then go beep it and then like goes back to where it is currently.
Oh.
So like it plays like a last piece of the last piece that you heard and then it jumps to where you're now listening live.
Oh.
Unless you're watching it like
Continuously.
later, you'll get the whole thing. But in
But
the
if you're
live,
watching-
in the moment,
Okay.
that's what happened when I was watching the ladies lounge
Yeah, last
yesterday
night. Yeah.
with the something about like healing
Divorce.
after divorce and stuff.
Oh, how was that?
I would have liked to have been present for that. I think I would have had some really.
real?
I was like, I just put great topic and then like
I should have been
I
there.
enabled the comments and back and forth. I have learned a long time ago to not engage in too much
Back and forth.
back and forth or oh my gosh. So yeah, no.
Coming in after
I
this.
had said that.
You can use mine because it's you and Lisa talking.
You know if the girls are coming?
Thing said no.
No? No information?
Philip said no.
No information, nothing?
No, he said they're not coming.
Yeah, but then they didn't leave any information. That one I asked you.
He said
Them not left nothing for me,
I
sir.
said, are they on today? He said no.
Oh, no means no. Your time comes with the compliments of Movie Town. It's all happening down here. Movie Town time, 17 hours, 1.
Oh, I forgot people on Facebook to go look at this.
Ooh, where's the wipes? Cause she about to get it.
Yes, please. Actually, no, they didn't. Look, ain't no one trying to be sick, y'all.
You know that's what you're supposed to be wiping, right?
I know, I'm coming to that.
She like,
You see, this one is on time with us, and these two are slightly different.
hey,
This is even
Tina's
further
taking
delay.
me out. Tina, we going to Roomba?
Go.
Self-image, right? Yeah.
If you want to go out and dance, you guys can go vintage tonight. It's Latin night there. If y'all want to feel like you're in Baroom Bar, but not. They can be like, this one man, Morano got churros.
You can play music, Talis.
How is the board coming along?
And look, you got some sweet meat.
Ah, thank you. You want it?
That was for Jay, but he's not gonna eat it, so.
Unless you want it. You won't take mine.
Yeah, I'm putting all this stuff.
And I'm not supposed to have too much of the sweet.
So I get the fat person the sweet. Morano like. See, look, he got here on there.
Who's that? Huh? No, this is. Put that back and have this. Put that back. What?
You ate my gulab jamuns?
No. Oh my, it's there. Where is it? Oh, there. No, it's there.
Look at their hiding under the
Please put this back where you found it.
zero, whatever.
What in the world is time with you since you know what?
Well, we're raised
Oh
getting these
my God,
children.
here we know you ate my gulab.
Where is my gulab jamun?
And he only learned about this the other night. You're logged on to the afternoon kickout, and today we have with us Riza Khan, and of course, like I said earlier, we will be discussing self-image. And it's such a pleasure to have you here, Riza. And guess what? We got a little time today, so you don't got to worry.
Exciting.
Yes, because this is a topic that we have been. A lot of people have been talking about it because there's so much. You look around society today and everybody has an issue with their body. They have an issue with their hair. They somehow confidence is lacking enormously in our generation today, and I don't know why. And of course, being a certified psychologist, I do understand that this is something that you must have been dealing with several people as they come into you, clients as they come into you and they're expressing this, because sometimes it can even affect our relationships with people around us. So welcome to the afternoon kickout again. You're like family, you already know.
I know. We definitely need to work on this show for next year, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
So yeah, and this is good practice for me, even though you said I'll have to eventually work these
Well,
boards.
it's nothing new.
Well,
It's nothing new to you.
I don't look forward to working the boards, even though I think it's very boss woman like to be
I
like,
was.
and I'm just like,
It's
no.
very chic.
I know.
No, this is the thing. I was so scared of these boards first. I was like, because you look at it and it seems so confusing, and things are going up and down and everywhere. But girl, when you get into this thing, you feel like a DJ.
Empowered.
Yes. So
I don't need
it's
no
awesome.
tech. I don't need no
It's
tech.
awesome. So where do we start when it comes to self-image?
Right, so I guess suppose that the first place we should really start with is like, what do we mean when we think of self-image?
Yes.
I think a lot of people just think, kind of how we feel about ourselves, our body, like you talked about, features, hair, skin
Yes.
tone, those kind of things, body shape in itself. But I think even a lot of times self-image has to do with like what we think about ourselves mentally,
Yes.
emotionally, kind of values down to those small things. Because I have had clients come to me and say, I want to learn more about self-acceptance, self-identity, that kind of thing, and being able to be comfortable in my own skin and being comfortable with the way I think and what I do. And so I think before we kind of start talking about self-identity or
Yes.
self-image, we have to understand that it's a collection of things that happens, not just one or two things, but rightfully so. If something about your features is off, then it may impede your confidence. If you think that there's something off with, your communication skills, then you might not be encouraged or comfortable with public speaking or
Yes.
speaking up for yourself in whether a relationship or a family
Yes.
setting. So it does definitely have an impact when we're not fully understanding or accepting of who and what we are really.
So being a psychologist who actually you interact with people clients on a daily basis, how much would you say, or what's the percentage would you say that you have, the amount of people who actually come into you per day and say, listen, I feel so down, I feel defeated, I don't like this, I've got a lump here, this person called me fat when I was small, I was what do they like to call it, the black sheep in the family. What would you say is the percentage, and how do you begin to deal with somebody like that?
Right. So I think on a daily basis, maybe only like about 1 or 2 clients would come in and say things particularly to their body, but I think it's more person's thoughts in the sense of I am not
Good
or
enough.
I wasn't, yes, like I'm not good enough, or maybe I just don't have good ideas, or I have a hard time making decisions because there's so much self-doubt
Yes.
when it comes to who they are, what they should stand up for, and what do they even stand up for, like what are their values. And rightfully so, the foundation of all of this, because people will be like, okay, well, Riza, why am I like this? In session they always, why do I do this, why do I do that? And I'm already listening for tell me about your family. Where did we start to pick up
The roots.
Yeah, I'm a CBTist, so what do you call it? Cognitive behavioral
Yes.
therapist, mostly, obviously.
You took me back to my notes there.
All the theorists, all the psychologists, we all pick from certain things, but a lot of the new day psychologists are CBTists. But I do definitely believe in like developmental psychology, child psychology, where the foundation of how you were brought up, what you experienced, what you saw, what you observed,
Yes.
has a major impact on your sense of self. And so, yeah, if you were, it wasn't even have to be teased. Like, obviously, siblings tease you all
Yes.
the time. Oh, your hair too straight, your hair too kinky, your mom's too flat.
Yeah.
These kinds
I know
of
what
things.
that's like, because I have 2 other sisters, and when we come together, it's very rare that we actually are in a room, the 3 of us together, but whenever we, usually on weekends, we take time out to do our video calls, and we communicate, we talk for hours upon hours, just, catching up on our
Right.
details throughout the week or whatever it is. And let me tell you, so I'm the one who's always laughing, but I'm the older sister. I'm the one who's always laughing, and the 2 of them, the second one actually teases my youngest sister about, her body and her, whatever she eats and whatnot, and I'm laughing. But I feel like, for some people, it's so deep that in the moment we might be laughing about it, but then I go home and I sit down and it's like,
Was
but
that,
this
was that too far?
Yeah, you feel a type of way, because in the moment you laugh it off because
Yeah.
you're so embarrassed, and the best thing to do is probably to join in.
Yeah, just like crack the tension
Yes.
with laughter. And no one wants to be that, like, and that's the thing, again, you see people, we are also, and we talked about this before, about
Yes.
Guyanese being aggressive, and so
Yes.
teasing is often seen as like a part of culture and tradition, and
Yes, sir.
we like to rub people, rub them, and it's like you have to, no one wants to be that person to say, hey, stop that, no one wants to be the killjoy, but it's like the killjoys are the people who are actually really protecting the people who need it, really.
Yes.
Like, we have no idea, yes, we're laughing, we have no idea, but like you said, when you go home, does that person really take on what you're saying, and does it really have an impact on their psyche
Yes.
overall? And I would say that a lot of the clients that do come in, these, not just the teasing, but more than anything, the parental opinion, and I have said this the last time I was here, we're that pedestal we put our parental or guardian opinions of who we are. If you get 6 A's and you get a B or a C, it doesn't even matter.
They don't even see the
we don't
6
even
A's.
see the 6 A's
Yes.
anymore. And so, like, and then, and Guyanese parents can be so rough. I don't, Guyanese come after me. I don't business, because I know what I know, because I see it every day in my
No, but we
office.
know it is a fact, because you look at the thing is, simple. You go on the streets and you listen to a parent speak to a child. Sometimes it's interesting, and I started off that way
Yeah.
with my sisters because, it was a whole new world for me at that time. And so now that I have my own, some people like to say it's a case that now you have your own, it's different because you're feeling because it's your own. But I feel it's more or less whereby I grew up and I looked at a lot of television. I read a lot of stuff, and I'm a person, because I would have done psychology before, so I kind of look into certain things beyond. And I did realize that the Caucasians, they speak to their children differently.
Usually.
I'm not emulating that in particularly, but I do feel that sometimes they get a different type of result when you have a certain type of communication with your children. So what I started to do, being a mom and my child being so young, I started to cultivate that type of relationship between us where we can actually talk. Not to say he doesn't get whoopings, of course, he gets it, And we have a thing, I speak 2 times, and after the 3rd time, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
But when that is over, I sit you down. Do you know why I beat you?
Right.
Do you know why you got lashes? X,
Right.
Y, and Z. So we're communicating.
Right.
Why did you do that? How did you feel? These type of things.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we're not having those conversations. So when that parental figure is being highly critical, and I mean, let's be honest, if anyone is listening or people on the radio and so on, like really sit back and think, like, don't make Dee and I look like we're, just a special case of talking about what are the alternatives to speaking and handling children and these kinds of things, because it does have an impact on your child's self-esteem. And so obviously the discussion today is not on child self-esteem, but your child who's 20 felt this not since they were like 10.
Yes,
Like, let's be honest, like they've observed sometimes conflict, or maybe they've observed maybe passive aggressive behavior. We don't, like, we're always talking again as like, oh, aggressive and this, but they are parents who just won't speak to each other for like 2-3 days after they had an argument. And so you observe that behavior, so then you take that behavior into your own adult relationship.
That happens
right?
a lot
and
of
then
times.
they come and say, Rice, I don't know how to communicate. And I'm like, okay, so let's start from the basics. Where did you learn to communicate? Well, I didn't really communicate much in my family, And so we have to look at, what do children learn in the home, how to deal with stress, how to look at themselves. If you have a mother who's constantly looking at themselves and making comments about themselves, then yeah, they're going to be critical of themselves as well. Like, oh, I look, and especially if your cousins or family, like, you look just like your mother, how nice. And you're thinking, oh God, but my mother hates her body. Does that mean I'm supposed to hate mine? And that's where that doubt starts to come in.
So we have to take a break right now. When we get back, we'll be talking about the body specifically, body image in terms of your body, because this is something a lot of people struggle with. And it's like you said, you don't have a lot of people who actually come into you and talk about it. But guess what? It's something they think, and it's all the way down in there. So we'll pay some bills and be right back in a minute.
Movie time. Time to be a star. Make a movie. Never ending fiesta. For your family. Diamond, fun and gaming. Friendly life, nobody complaining. Money said show. Shopping, let's go. Movie time, every place I no movie time. Everybody, let's go. Movie time, everybody, let's go. Go lights, camera, action. It's all happening here. Movie Town, your entertainment capital of the Caribbean.
For everything your kitchen and home needs, Gollin Supermarket has got you covered. We have the widest variety of groceries and at the best prices. Located on the ground floor of the A&S complex.
Sorry? Who sits down and does this breakdown of the ads like this? Like,
Secretary does it, but it's basically
771-410-6339.
once it's established throughout the show, sometimes some goes out, some comes in.
and
So
this
it's just a matter of
is
taking
what
it.
established like every month. Because what if someone doesn't want their ad to play anymore? Then that shifts, obviously changes the layout.
Just take it out. Yeah, just take it out. If you want it for a week, it goes to the week. The week finished, take it out. Maybe replace it or not. It's easy. Once you get it started, that's the idea.
You see this one been stuck here for like a good hot second.
Ah, so we refresh it. The internet be going on at times.
Call us today on 592-220-1201.
You too, Tina. Have a great
Or
weekend.
email reservations at
Oh, I didn't even see that.
brandwholesale.com. Check out
She
our
gone?
Facebook page for more
Apparently, yeah. Because I'm now seeing that.
Miranda Isaacs is watching with you.
Whatever your needs,
Miranda, you're watching us.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was watching from outside.
I don't know.
Sports Bar presents Wine Down Wednesdays. Head down to 704 Sports Bar this and every Wednesday. Purchase your favorite bottle of wine and choose between two options of free cutters. Wine Down Wednesdays at 704 Sports Bar. A place you need
Oh, look,
to
you're getting
be.
love. Love. Ooh, who's that? Is that Miranda? Is that you?
Who's loving up on us?
Who's loving up on us?
Somebody else.
Uncle Eddie, you heard of the Senior Citizen Promotion Authority?
What promotion, Sherry?
During the month of October, you could get your spec Plus from $16,000 with their promotion called Your Age is Your Discount.
But I just turned 80. What will be my discount?
Your discount will be $8,000, and now the 29th is 75. Our discount will be $7,500, and they accept NIS vouchers.
Get a comprehensive eye examination at Optique Vision Care today at any one of their
See, this is
5
how
convenient
socialist I am.
locations. At
I think if
Optique
anybody lives to like the
Vision
age of 18 and things, your spectacles should be free.
The Ashley O Home Store is celebrating its first birthday with 15% off items on Saturday, October 26th. It's an amazing deal you don't want to miss. 15% off at Ashley. Conditions apply. Ashley, this is home. Superbet your best bet. Visit www.superbet.gy. Set the dice and win the prize. Play virtual Chick Chick online and win. Start by playing with a minimum of 25 Guyana dollars and win up to 10,000 Guyana dollars. There's a draw every 3 minutes with 52 bet types to choose from. All you need to do is visit www.superbet.gy. Play today and win. You must be 18 years and over. The price of greatness is responsibility. Be great, be responsible. And we're back with Riza Khan, continuing the second part of our discussion today, which is self-image. And the first part of this discussion, we spoke about how a person actually sees themselves and where the root of it all coming from home. It's like they say, charity begins at home. So sometimes the things you do as parents, the way you speak to them, the things they see, maybe the way you communicate with mom, dad, or your partner can influence that person as to how negative they see themselves. So now we're going to be looking at the major part, something everybody sees and experiences, but it's not something widely spoken about. Body image.
Right.
Where do we start with that? Because I mean, we all come in different sizes, colors. I'm not gonna look like Nicki Minaj. I'm not gonna look like J-Lo. So how do I bring myself to understand, listen, I'm a square peg in a round hole?
Right. Well, I suppose it's first like understanding what I think really one of the, other than within yourself,
Yes.
my original answer would have been like, well, if you know you're a square peg and peg,
Peg.
square
Oh,
peg.
no.
Oh, pobrecita, I didn't mean that. Right? So a square peg in a round hole. First of all, are you okay with being a square peg? Right? That would have been like my original thing. But you have to ask yourself what also, because a lot of times we're picking up feedback from, like I said, family, but also the society in which we live in. In Guyana and certain Caribbean countries, certain sizes are quote unquote more acceptable
Yes.
and or glorified. So it really depends also on what society says. And I think that's where specifically Guyanese are influenced, because you know they say Guyana foreign mind Guyanese, some Guyanese foreign mind.
But the thing about it is that I feel like it's an all-rounder, because you get on the internet and everybody looks a type of way. Everybody,
Yeah.
all the women are shaped the same.
Yeah.
And so suddenly I feel like I need to have huge thighs, slim to almost nothing waist, and big boobs.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you see the little girls coming up with this type of ideology as well, because of the fact that they're seeing it. You look at the cartoons, they're putting it in there slowly. You open a magazine, all the ads,
Right.
you know, the women look a particular type of way. How often do you see a thick madam in an ad? How often do you see that?
Right.
So suddenly, you know, it's I need to be this size. I need to look this type of way. I need to have. So what happens with a person who does not have that, and they are struggling. They feel like they're not beautiful. They feel like they're not enough. They're not a part of society. They're not what society classifies as beautiful.
Right. And I think that it's not just being like thick and trying to size down, because I actually have a few, the clients that I actually have with what we call body dysphoria,
Yes.
actually are like slim, slender people.
Yeah.
They're slender and they want to be slightly bigger, because remember, in Guyana, we do glorify thickies, right? So
But that's the style right now.
Right.
Everybody wants to be thick. Back in the days, it was everybody wanted to be like
Sticky.
slim, sticky. Yeah.
Sticky. Now we want thickies.
Now it's thickies. So
right. So the people who
because
actually
this is the thing that is
Yeah.
messing with people, because
Right.
as the body, or should I say, as the interpretation of beauty changes,
Right.
I have to know. Some people feel like they're compelled to go with it.
Right.
So then, if in this era we are dealing with thick madams, then I feel like, oh, I gotta eat, I gotta do this. What do I do to get thick? And then in the next couple of decades, it's probably gonna be slender women again. You know, and then so you have to get to a place whereby, listen, this is who I am. I have really thin thighs and I have a big top, and I might not look like certain people or most women look, but this is who I am.
Right, and I think that would be the ideal thing to think, right? The world will keep revolving,
Yes.
but I need to stick myself like in this place that doesn't keep turning, because the world will keep turning. We'll keep the opinions of beauty will keep changing to some
Definitely.
degree. So you have to just find a place where you're like, look, I don't really. And also not just doing it for beauty, but for health as well. Like,
Yes.
like my clients who are slender, one of them is slender trying to get slenderer, and one is slender trying to put on some mass. Why? Because the boys look at the girls who are a little bit thicker, right? So
Yeah.
they're trying to kind of find a acceptance and, meeting that need to kind of get the attention.
Definitely.
But again, are you doing it at the risk of your health? Like, are you slimming? Are you eating really badly? Are you getting indigestion because you're eating right at bed, so that when you go to bed, you put on that weight, And then where's the weight going? Like, are you going to gym? Are you doing yoga? Are you doing dance? Are you doing something that makes you feel fulfilled about this weight gain or weight reduction? Because it can't just be done, because I want to. And that's where actually people bypass the hard work and go to surgery, if you think about it.
Yes.
People, you
Like
can't.
I said, we're not knocking anybody who would have made
No.
changes to their body.
Right. No, we're just saying that, like, if you are changing, making adaptations to your body, is it because, like, you have this emptiness and you need to fill it with the attention of other people? Or are you knocking it because you like your personality, or you like how you feel internally if you have bigger boobs? Right? Like, it just depends on the genuine feeling behind it, rather than are you just trying to fill an emptiness?
And I think that is really important. Why do you want to look a type of way?
Right.
Is it because you want to look like everybody else? Is it because you don't feel healthy? You don't feel very active? I think that's the main thing behind it. Nobody has a problem if you want to make some changes. Do it the right way, the healthy way, but then also look deep into, why am I trying to make this change? Do I want to be loved more? Do I want to be seen more? And
Do I want to now consider myself
Definitely.
beautiful? Do you not think you're beautiful, period, until you do this procedure and or wear makeup and or wear Spanx? Like,
Yes.
I've known a few people who wear booty pop and they'd be telling people it's real for years, and you're like, yo, we know that's not your butt. Like,
She said the booty
just,
pop.
Yeah, like, just admit it. Like, at one point in time, I was like, dude, just admit it. It's been like 5 years you're wearing booty pop.
we
Please
know.
stop.
We know you're wearing the booty
Yeah,
pop.
or like it's just too much. Now we have like other things, and
Yes,
and
there's so many things that you can put in
In-
for the ladies, and the back and the front and the side, and cutlets and
so for
Oh,
me,
Lord,
it's like
it's a lot.
And if it is that you're gonna wear like certain things, then just say, yeah, okay, like weave.
I wear weave.
Right. And you were just like, yeah, I wear weave. Cool. I wear tracks. Like, I had a friend lie to me and tell me she had a shampoo that made her hair grow faster. She almost made me and 3 other friends cut our hair out because of it. Because we're like, oh, okay, we'll just cut it out and grow it back in like 3 to 6 weeks. Like, this thing was crazy. You know, like, just
you fell
admit.
for that.
Yeah, well, no, I almost didn't. But yeah, I almost did, but didn't. But the whole point is just admit it. Like, just be honest. I am not very contented with myself right now, and I'm just trying a few things. And hopefully when I come out of the end of the rabbit hole, I will actually love whatever comes out or whatever originally I was.
All, in a nutshell, in closing, I feel what Riza is trying to say to get across to people out there who might be struggling with what they look like and what people think of them. I feel you have to come to a place to sit down and be able to identify, this is what's happening with me. Mm-hmm. And so you have to come up with what's your idea of beauty for you. Yeah. And so if it means it's a birthmark, the entire half of your face, so what? That's how you are made, because that's why we are uniquely made. I can't look like you. No. What if all of us look the same way?
I would love
that'd be no fun.
I would love to have Dee's height. That's what I'd really. I mean, Dee's a beautiful person, but definitely, if I could steal one thing, it would be her height.
Ah.
Yeah, you know, you might not like your height. There are a lot of girls.
When I was growing up, I didn't like my height because the old people used to pinch me on the cheek and they'd be like, oh gosh, she's so tall. And I used to be like, oh my gosh, because I was so skinny, right? So I was so lanky.
Yeah.
And so I felt like a string bean.
Right.
But then now as I grew up and I got a little thick and thing, I was like, that's where the height came in. So
right. And that's what I mean. It's a phase. It's like a phase and a stages in the sense of like, you may not like something now, but try some things, see what you like. Not like permanent and then regret it, but I mean like just it's okay with trying different looks.
Definitely.
And just being like, is this what you consider beauty? And you know, not letting it pull you down to the ground where you like hate yourself, you know.
I want to say thank you once again to Riza for coming on the afternoon kickout and being able to talk to people about different things, and very often you're going to see her appearing on the show because of the fact that there's so much to be spoken of, and these are sometimes really great forum in all the fun and everything we're having. These are great forum to attack certain topics that people might be struggling with and don't have the time or the money to be able to sit down and talk with someone. So we want to say thank you once again, Riza, for being on the afternoon kickout.
Thank you.
Quartz Optical Richmond is now open to serve you. Visit them today for a free comprehensive eye examination, free blood pressure testing and blood glucose testing, and a variety of frames, lenses, and contact lenses to choose from. Contact Quartz on 225-5886 extension 4210 for more details. Quartz Optical, value you can see.
This Thursday is Thirsty Thursday.
There was something I forgot to like mention.
Off your favorite mixes at your favorite bar. It's 15% off all cocktails. This and every Thursday, only at 704.
There was something I wanted to mention that I forgot in the sense of
evolve your choices.
People's also medical health impacts their, obviously their shape, their size. Like my other clients that I have who have the body dysphoria are PCOS clients. So they have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So they have either are weight gained or they're skinny but they have terrible skin. Just like serious, extreme.
But you know they're hearing you right now.
Oh,
anyways.
okay, right. Yeah. So I forgot one other thing. I forgot about her. Right. One other thing that I forgot to mention: the importance of like how medical conditions have an impact on our concept of self-esteem and self-body image, because persons who have things like thyroid or PCOS or any kind of, especially females with hormonal issues, you're going to see rapid weight gain, rapid weight loss. You're going to see things like if you have PCOS, you may have like really bad scars from when you're a teenager, and these things may impact your self-esteem, your self-worth, and your concept of beauty. So for some people, I always tell them, like, you know, understand that we cannot control our medical background. We can manage them, definitely, and if you definitely have like medical conditions that can impact your self-esteem and self-image, definitely speak to things like a doctor, a nutritionist, and even speak to like a psychologist or a counselor, because we can kind of help you through that. especially dealing with like the grief. Like if you were like, you know, like a model or a dancer and you now realize that you have thyroid or some other serious condition and this has impacted your self-esteem, that's something that we can kind of work through. So I just wanted to mention that because one or two of my clients, I actually have a few clients with PCOS right now, and I am seeing a lot of common themes in terms of a lot of depression, a lot of self-esteem issues, a lot of self-acceptance challenges and stuff like that. So I just wanted to mention that before I forget it, before I leave. Thank you for all the likes and the loves. Oh, thank you, Maya.
All that love for you, girl.
Thank you.
These are interesting topics to talk about, though.
Yeah, and every time we sit down, we're then like, what about this one? What about this one?
Yeah, it's wide topics.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming in now, Taurus, after this.
Taurus.
You want my height? Look, Taurus height. That's
I
good
know.
height. Could you imagine if you were that tall as a woman? Your legs would be luscious.
I know, but then I wouldn't get much modeling gigs because I'm
But then
too
you
tall.
won't find the right guys because they all got a bunch of short guys.
If I was a tall woman like Talis, I'd want a nice short man. Come on.
Like Morano?
Come here,
If I were
chubby.
talking to boy.
Come
Watch yourself.
Miami. At Miami.
Come hug me up in my book.
Airport. A Russian girl. Same height.
Wow.
So this Parsad,
Mm-hmm. Is this me? No, that's mine.
that's yours.
Coming in. Morano, could you X with Morano?
Yes,
please?
yes.
He got a.
Do work now.
Does this to me all the time.
I'm looking for this. Oh.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm looking for this new ad.
Early soon.
Oh my. Where is it? I forgot what this lady tell me.
There's a new ad
Yeah.
for.
Pento. Oh, there it is. I got you.
I looked down as soon as you said Pento.
And you saw it?
Hold on, let me come.
It's my age, you know, you gotta excuse me. Right? Alright, I'll play it in the garage because I couldn't find it just now.
So I'll go straight into it, right?
No problem.
Did you know that the National Accreditation Council Act 2019 provides for the appeal of any decision of the Council by aggrieved tertiary or post-secondary institutions or providers? NAC Times, 17 hours 35. We'll take a quick look at what's making the news today, following the Guyana Chronicle, Caribbean News Services, and the BBC. 3 unemployed teens were on Friday, October 25, 2019, remanded to prison by Senior Magistrate Leron Daly for robbery with violence. Sean Innes, Carlos Harris, and Daniel MacArthur, all aged 18, appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Court and pleaded not guilty to robbery charges. Particulars of one of the charges stated that on October 17, 2019, At Camp Street, Georgetown, they robbed Elton Muku of 2 cell phones valued at $298,000. And before or immediately after, they used personal violence towards the victim. Police prosecutor Sanjeev Singh said, or rather objected to bail being granted to the trio and told the court they were positively identified by Muku. The trio also stabbed Muku in the back. Magistrate Daly, after listening to Singh, remanded the teens to prison and adjourned the matter until November 29th. The body of 14-year-old Christopher Basdio, who was reported missing several days ago, was found aback the Parfait Harmony housing scheme, West Bank, Demerara. Reports are that the teen went missing last Wednesday afternoon after leaving his home to visit a friend. His relatives reported him missing and several persons were held in connection with his sudden disappearance. Police have arrested a suspect in connection with his death. Turning to the Caribbean, insisting that my mission is not over, Premier Donaldson Romeo has announced that he would be contesting the November 18th general elections as an independent candidate. Romeo, 57, who led the ruling People's Democratic Movement, PDM, was ousted as its leader earlier this month, less than 24 hours after he had announced that voters in Montserrat would go to the polls on November 18th to select a new government. He has been replaced by his Communications, Works, Energy and Labour Minister, Paul Lewis, during an election held to review the PDM's leadership position in a democratic way. The Board of Directors of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated, BTMI, has announced that its CEO, William Billy Griffith, tendered his resignation today, effective December 31, 2019, to give the organization an opportunity to recruit a new leader and ensure a smooth transition as his contract comes to an end. Chairman of the board, Sunil Chatrani, thanked Griffith for his significant contribution to the organization since its inception in 2014 and wished him the best in his future endeavors. Chatrani added that the search for a new CEO will commence immediately as the organization transitions into a public-private sector partnership, PPP. And now, international news. At least 6 of the 39 people found dead in a lorry trailer in Essex may have been from Vietnam. The BBC knows of 6 Vietnamese families who fear their relatives are among the victims. They include Pam Thi Tra Mai, 26, who has not been heard from since she sent text messages on Tuesday saying she could not breathe. A man was earlier arrested at Stansted Airport on suspicion of manslaughter and conspiracy to traffic people. The 48-year-old from Northern Ireland is the 4th person to be arrested in connection with the investigation. 2 people from Warrington are being held on suspicion of manslaughter and conspiracy to traffic people, and the lorry driver is in custody on suspicion of murder. Pope Francis has apologized after indigenous Amazonian statues were stolen from a church in Rome and dumped into the Tiber River. As a bishop of the diocese, I ask forgiveness from the persons who were offended by this, he said. The 5 wooden statues of a naked, pregnant woman were taken from the church on Monday. Unidentified perpetrators, believed to be conservative Catholic militants, described the statues as idols. They later posted a video of showing how the so-called Pachamama statues were stolen and then thrown into the river. Pachamama is a goddess revered by indigenous communities in the Amazon. And in the world of sport, East Bank all-rounder Sherfane Rutherford smashed the highest individual score of the Jaguars' 50 overs league, a breathtaking 154, which helped his franchise seize a 35-run win over Essequibo in yesterday's final. And finally, Leicester City equaled the 24-year-old record for the biggest ever Premier League victory as a dismal 10-man Southampton were dismantled at a rain-swept St. Mary's. The victory see Brendan Rodgers' side climb into second place, leapfrogging Manchester City and moving 5 points behind leaders Liverpool. The result, which matches Manchester United's 9-0 win against Ipswich in 1995, was only confirmed in stoppage time thanks to Jamie Vardy's penalty. Both Vardy and Ayos Perez scored the hat-tricks, with the visitors' task aided by Ryan Bertrand's red card for a reckless challenge on Perez in the build-up to Ben Chilwell's opener. And that's our news coverage today, with special credits to Guyana Chronicle, Caribbean News Services, and the BBC.
that your engine should be coughing out black smoke? No? So, what do you plan to do about it? Let me tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get an oil that leaves your engine 65% cleaner. That oil is me. Ultratech 10W30. Don't let me have to tell you twice. I am the only world-class lubricant blended for tropical conditions.
Ultra Lubricant, distributed by Industrial Supply of Guyana Inc. and available nationwide.
Save money and time by ordering standard size windows, which cost less and can be delivered the same day, as compared to custom size windows, which take up to 7 days to be delivered.
Yes, alright. Well, what time are you going, Jim?
Mr. Chan, telephone 225-3639.
Rejuvenate with Ju,
well, that's
a
what
lightly
it's called.
scented total hair and body oil made from pure coconut oil. Try all our scents: cucumber
Okay, well, that's
melon,
what I thought
sweet juicy
when I
pear,
was like,
passion fruit pineapple,
when I just texted
Caribbean
and said
coconut,
that I'll leave
and
it
mango
soon, because
papaya.
you're like,
Want to grab a
call
bottle?
you,
Call
so
us
yeah.
or WhatsApp us on 665-5924. Refresh, replenish, rejuvenate with Ju coconut hair and body oil.
As you mature, your eye care needs can change. Ming's Optical for
Why,
all
where's
your
your
senior eye care needs. Conveniently located in Georgetown, Rosal, and Eureka. Test today for clearer tomorrow. Ming's Optical, 225-4395.
To all Guyana, you spit for drugs. Eliminate the malaria, just need the pills. Come on, join in. Insurance without eliminate the malaria, just need the pills. Come on, join in. Your malaria pills, 'cause you're taking drug. Let's all get rid of malaria.
Guyana, are you ready? It's on Friday, October the 25th. Unity Events in collaboration with the Guyana Cancer Foundation presents 50 Shades of Pink on the 704 Skyline. Now come out in your numbers and let's show our support in the fight against breast cancer.
Maya
and change the
Sakal
lives of
says
women.
it was an awesome topic and she's looking forward to see more of you.
Maya, yeah. I saw it when we were looking at it.
Garage, La Rose Boutique, and Team Stovey
Because
at
the
Claremont.
bus,
They have
the
to pay more at the
transportation
door,
is
but
picking
ladies
us
are
up
free
from
before 9
9 in the
p.m.
morning.
A party for the best mixes by DJ Avalanche and DJ 50. It's not just a party, it's about celebrating strength and survival. It's 50 Shades of Pink, October the 25th, 704 Sky Lounge. I'ma see y'all there.
Got one more, a penta, and then you come in.
Okay, alright. Alright, well, I gotta.
Let's play Bingo at Lucky Dollar for a chance to win gifts or get discounts up to 50%
I heard
off
y'all.
your purchase.
I could hear y'all,
Just
but
shop
my client was.
$49,999 and
My
over.
client
Weekend
was
Move,
having
October
a difficult
25th.
time.
Regent Street, October 26th. Long Repo on the 29th. And Grove on October 30th. For a chance to play. Conditions apply. Lucky
the
Dollar.
session should have
You
been
can't
like
go wrong.
1:30 to 2:30, and then going almost all the way to fucking 3.
Live in style and win with Penta. Buy Penta and win exciting prizes. Smart TV, sofa set, vacation for 2 to Kiter Falls, and more weekly prizes. Simply purchase 1 gallon of Penta, collect
Oh
your
my,
coupon, and
I am
your
dancing
name,
to the
address,
ads.
and phone
This is
number,
ridiculous.
and place it to the
I didn't even
box.
realize.
The more you purchase, the more chances
It's
to
beyond
enter.
me now.
Conditions apply. Penta.
Coming in now, Charlie.
Penta, a product of the Answer Makal Group.
I need a bag.
Me no look at.
Quartz Optical Grove is now open to serve you. Visit them today for a free comprehensive eye examination, free blood pressure testing, and free blood glucose testing in a variety of frames, lenses, and contact lenses to choose from. Contact them on 225-5886 extension 5010 for more details. Quartz Optical, value you can see. Windjammers is your first choice for the best in food. Try their daily lunch specials, curry Fridays, and buffet brunch Sundays. If you can't come to them, they'll come to you with their catering services. And if you're looking for a home away from home, try their hotel. It will definitely suit you. Visit them today at 27 Queen Street, Kitty, or call 227-7478. Family time is meal time. Meal time is Golden Brook time. Golden Brook time, 17 hours 45. Yes, Alice.
Mega afternoon kickout. Chill, relax, and enjoy the conversation and vibes.
Every day I go into a panic because I know that I've read this and I didn't read this. I always go into a panic, but but you're the one who actually reads it. So I have like a 3-second heart attack every day.
Oh.
Have you gotten any responses yet to this question?
No.
These people are busy with the Wally.
Nobody.
They're on the road getting all this stuff together for the weekend before it gets crazy tomorrow. That's what.
Against we like zombies up to the morning. Hey, they can't stop the garden. They can't stop the garden. My name is persistence and you can't stop hurricane from forming. They can't stop the garden. How on in time I tell them. Hey, like knock the fire and burning. Like knock the fire and burning. Hey.
Just reminding those of you who might have missed today's question. Today's question is, does lying help the relationship? Does lying help the relationship? And I've got LaShonda Moses. She says, of course it does. Because if I'm cheating, he must know as long as he's happy, we're good. And so, you know, she's going to be straight up and let him know this is it and that's that. So, yes.
Lying helps the relationship.
Yes, it does. Because sometimes, you know, the thing is, this is it. A lot of people feel like if you don't ask me a question, you know, I didn't say because you didn't ask. If you had asked, then I would have told you. But really and truly, there is a thing such as lying by omission, where you are refusing to tell the details. So I might say, you know, Morano, me and the girls were going out after work. And so we did, or are we going to have a drink? But then we went to the club afterwards. So I come home and you was like, oh, how was your little hang with your girls or whatever? I said we're going to have a drink, right? So it's probably somewhere like Palm Court or Pegasus or, you know, Marriott or something. But I failed to say, we went, we also stopped by,
Barumar. Barumar is going to get lots of sales by the end of this afternoon.
We also stopped by Barumar.
704. 704.
Or 704, you know. And so some people don't see that as lying. Some people also look at it
I don't
as
think it's important. I went out. Went hopping here, there, and
but
everywhere.
then John is gonna come hit you up and be like, you know, I saw your girl at 704.
She went out, so she can't go out. She was going out with her friends.
You say that now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you all the way, but I know that's not how it goes.
I know because of my CIN FBI training, I don't need to worry. I can close my eyes and know where you are.
And then there is the thing where people say big lie and small lie, or the little lies are called white lies. Mm. And I feel like
that's like little children. Tell them I'm not at home. Mommy says she's not at home.
That always happens. But I feel like that's also a case whereby you're actually teaching the child to lie at a very tender age, and when they lie to you, then you're upset. But I do feel, in keeping with the question, did you miss the question, Raisa?
Yes, I did.
You did.
So confusing.
All right, let me get your response on that. So the question is, does lying help the relationship?
Relationship.
Or like
Sometimes.
intimate relationship, you mean?
Relationship. You're in a relationship with a guy,
right?
with
Like
a girl,
an intimate relationship.
Yeah.
No. I don't think
I knew she was
that.
gonna be all professional on us, you know.
No, I don't really think that. I don't think lying really helps any relationship, because what you're really doing is hiding either who you are, what you're comfortable with, or what you're not comfortable with. And I think to have a healthy relationship, you have to be able to be comfortable with saying what you are comfortable with and what you're not, because all you're doing is really being deceitful. And then when you do, oh baby, it's okay, you can go out, you're really lying to yourself. And then when D does go out, or she knows, oh, like she doesn't trust if she should or shouldn't tell them the truth, and then they find out the truth, then they're pissed at her for lying, so yeah, that's what I'm not. This is not a professional thing. I just don't think lying makes much sense. When people are like, oh, Riza, but shouldn't you say a little lie and say if your partner says, do I look fat? Right, no. But like, or does this shirt look good on me?
Because she's gonna hate you for life if you're honest,
No, but I would say more something along the lines of like, okay, babe, like this, you look better, like find a way to say, gentlemen and ladies, find a way to make a compliment to your partner without, do it in a burger style, like I said, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. So you might start off and say, well, I mean, do you like what you see?
Don't ask me that, because the reason I'm asking you if I'm fat is because I think I'm fat.
And I want you to either validate me or not validate me.
Yeah, I want you to say, baby, no, but I kind of like the size on you too.
Yeah. And I think it's a matter of saying, like, it looks good. I mean, my problem is I can't particularly tell you what does look good, actually. I can tell you if it don't look good. And then I'm not sure how to tell you. You take it from there. Yeah, and then I would say, well, I mean, I think I like this shade like darker on your complexion or lighter on your complexion or something like that. And about that like weight gain, weight loss thing, that's always a tricky question. I think if you know your partner is sensitive, then you should be sensitive.
And all in all, I think just do. I feel like as
it's like when I used to say I think I look fat and so, and a certain person said I haven't seen fattest yet, and I just felt so much better.
You see that? This is the thing.
Sensitivity.
I feel like as much as you can omit lying from the relationship. I feel like as much as you can omit lying from the relationship, do so, because either way you really can't win, and those lies are going to catch up with you one day anyways.
Yep.
Don't have the energy for it.
No, you can't.
No energy.
You're not able. Alright, let me try and get some hair.
Somebody said energy.
Me.
Oh wait, it's TGIF boy. I didn't realize. Somebody said it.
Superbet, your best bet. www.superbet.gy. New increased odds. Spend the weekends the right way. Level up with Superbet on top. Win more cash with Superbet Virtual Sports increased odds online. Visit www.superbet.gy and win more cash with Virtual Sports online. You must be 18 years and over. The price of greatness is responsibility. Be great, be responsible. Also, Windjammers is your first choice for the best in food. Try their daily lunch specials, curry Fridays, and buffet brunch Sundays. If you can't come to them, they'll come to you with their catering services. And if you're looking for a home away from home, their hotel will definitely suit your needs. Visit them today at 27 Queen Street, Kitty, or you can simply call 227-7478.
We are the sound of 100,000 coming up the road. We are the vibration that you feel when the music goes.
And McKell, my taxi.
You got one, yeah?
Coming in.
Friday is my second favorite F word. The first one is Friday.
We know your taxi around here. From around here.
You don't.
That's why we don't know any taxis around here.
No, I use city, like when I'm in town, I use city, or like if I'm at the office ambassador. What do you got to Patrick's right here?
Around the car, that's fine.
Do y'all use Patrick's? Yeah, no.
We supply pipes and fittings, geosynthetics, bitumen,
Sometimes you want a little quiet and chill.
To get the job done, visit us at 31st Street.
Thank you, Riza.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Riza, for coming.
It was fun. Y'all know my story. I was like, I can't answer a simple, like, them question and end of the day question into words. It's like what do y'all put my blight in life? My blight in life. Like even in a discussion, I would be like, y'all want the short answer,
or you want the long answer because that's what you do all day.
Yeah, I give in analytical. Like I never thought of myself as analytical, but I've had to become so in the past year where there's not just a yes or no answer. Really,
I don't like yes or no answer, but then I don't also like the long one. I be getting crazy with people. Yes, some of specifically people on my status though, because when I post the questions, they'd be like yes or no, and I'm like, but did you not see me say what, say why, or explain your response?
She's purposely put that at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Because I feel like Guyanese people have adopted a very straight when they want to get into certain things.
Yes or no.
They have adopted to yes or no. Keep it right there. And sometimes I want to know what's going on up here. What do how you're thinking.
That's why you have to use like certain descriptive, like how would you describe, instead of.
But then I try to keep the question as well short and spicy and to the point.
Yeah, it's attention grabber. Y'all, I'm supposed to leave it at 6.
It's almost.
We're wrapping up though.
Yeah.
Let's pre-match. Decide. Wager on your favorite cricket event at any lottery agent countrywide. Cash in your winnings at any agent you choose. For more info, visit www.letsbetsports.gy. Guyana Lottery Company's Let's Bet Sports. Be part of the game. Must be 18 years or older to play.
Meals are the
Last
perfect
one.
time for families to relax, laugh, and bond over delicious food and great conversations. Fuel these meals with an excellent quality cooking oil that not only enhances
Could go right
the food's
into
flavor,
a song.
but also makes them healthier for your loved ones. Golden Brook gives you all the benefits of cooking with coconut oil without the taste or smell of coconuts. Mealtime
It's
is family time. Make better
Friday.
meals and better memories with Golden Brook.
Mm-hmm. I hate the internet. Why did you do that? As a clear-skinned man, is that true?
So what happened to Fry Eye? I'm done.
I go home.
Please wrap up the show.
Oh my goodness, it has been an eventful Friday. I've got to say I love it. I love it. I love these guys, man. You keep my company, you keep me happy, you set my weekend right off the bat. We want to say a special thank you to Riza Khan. And to all our viewers and listeners, we thank you for making our week just as awesome as we've been able to make yours. I do trust that over the weekend, celebrating your Diwali or maybe supporting your friends who are celebrating Diwali, we do want to wish a happy Diwali to all our friends and family out there.
Yeah, I hope you take
Yes.
note of the traffic arrangements for tomorrow.
Yes.
Certain roads will be closed. It's a little tedious to go through all of that right now, but check up your various social media, look for the traffic advisory. Guyana Police Force, they've got a Facebook page, and you can see the advisory posted there, which and which streets to avoid tomorrow as a result of the motorcade. So those will be closed off like from about 6 o'clock. Oh my goodness, how we reaching home, DC? We gotta get a helicopter.
Tomorrow Saturday, baby.
Oh yes. And there I am thinking, how am I getting home? Oh my goodness,
it's
a
gonna be Saturday. We don't work on Saturday, but we're gonna be here on Monday to celebrate with you guys.
That's right.
We're gonna try and see if we can get all dressed up. What do you think about that?
The holiday Sunday. We
Oh,
won't be
Lord, look at
doing
you.
any after
We
dressing.
don't want to be doing any dressing up. I like dressing up.
Oh yes, she does.
Thank you, everyone. We'll
We'll
be
see
back
at
here
Movie Town
on Monday.
Boulevard.
Yes, of course. Have a great weekend. Goodbye from myself, Morano, and DJ Torres.